Rain, ice, and snow across northeast Oklahoma this morning. It is setting the stage for one of the coldest days of the year. Thanks for joining us for this special edition of Fox 23 News this morning. I'm Clay Loney.
I'm Naomi Kitt. Tulsa police are on Operation Slick Streets right now, and the city has dozens of employees working to treat area roadways. The Fox 23 severe weather team is also out and about this morning, tracking conditions to help keep you safe. Let's begin with Chief Meteorologist James Adelot and what we're now seeing on radar, James.
Well, the good news is we're seeing the snow actually come to an end in the metro area. We still have some flurries taking place, which we're seeing on our Fox 23 Skyview network camera. On the wider view, we have seen the heaviest snow. We show that in the darker blue, continuing to shift east out of Oklahoma, and the back line of this snow now just about past Highway 75, moving toward 169. We look in southeast Oklahoma, and it's continuing to advance to the east here too, just about to move right past the Indian Nation Turnpike. So we'll see this snow shutting off. We still have some flurries to deal with and some very light snow as we head through the next few hours this morning. And then we focus on the cold. We'll walk you through a very cold, a very frigid forecast, bringing the coldest temperatures we've seen all winter. Back to green country, that's coming up.
So the farther north you go this morning, the worse it's expected to get. So naturally, that's the direction Fox 23's Kaylee Doherty is headed. Kaylee, where are you now and what are you seeing?
Well, we pulled over just outside the Vertigo Fire Department, and it's a little windy. Snow is still falling. You can see it's building up where I'm standing here, and it's on the roadway. If you want to take a look at the highway here, this is Highway 66. We took 44 out of Tulsa, and the roads are so covered, it's kind of hard to tell where the lanes are on the roadway. Right now, we're making our way towards Veneta on Highway 66, and we saw similar road conditions as we were passing through Tulsa with those slick spots, especially on bridges and overpasses. And we've already seen ODOT crews out here working to treat the roads with plow trucks. And there's some traffic, as you can see out here, but drivers are doing what they should, taking it slower and being extra cautious in these conditions. The snowfall seems to have let up a little bit, but there is still precipitation falling out here. We're going to continue to make our way towards Veneta now, and we'll let you know what conditions we find. Reporting live, covering news that matters, I'm Kaylee Doherty, Fox 23 News.
All right, Kaylee, we did talk with emergency management in Washington County. They say they were well prepared for all of this. Their primary concern, as expected, is the ice. Crews have been spreading salt and sand on Highway 75, major roads, intersections, bridges. People encouraging other drivers to take it easy out there.
People have to slow down. Like if North says 65, you're probably going to have to slow down to 35 because otherwise you're going to be sliding off the roads.
That's the truth. Emergency management is urging everyone who has to travel to allow plenty of time.
This morning, the city of Tulsa is working to keep its roads safe. Fox 23's Mallory Thomas is live with the details on the dozens of employees who are out and about this morning.
Of those salt and sand trucks out this morning. I actually saw them as I was on my way into work. They've got 44 of those salt and sand trucks that do have a snow plow, and I'll show you why right over here on these roads, why they're going to need that. You can see the difference from where they have actually had those brine trucks out here. They've got 49 trucks out this morning putting the salt and sand and that brine mixture out on the roads, and you can see the difference of what has been treated and then the roads that have not. Makes a big difference this morning. One thing that you want to do is definitely slow down, like Kaylee was saying. You want to make sure that you're going slow on the bridges and overpasses. I know there was a few slick spots as I was heading into work this morning, so that is something you want to be aware of. And we're going to head over to the salt and sand yard for the city and see if we can speak with some people over there, and we'll have more updates coming up in the next 30 minutes. Reporting live, covering news that matters, Mallory Thomas, Fox 23 News.
And take a look at some of this video. We shot it about an hour ago at 5 this morning. It's I-44 in southwest Tulsa going eastbound. It's near I-75. You can see the highway was just covered in snow. It's even hard to make out some of the lanes on the highway, but there were some ruts where some other cars had been traveling this morning.
Let's take a look now at this video out of Midtown. This is the BA Expressway. Our producer, Faith, shot it this morning on the way to work. You can see the lights there covered with the snow coming down. Fortunately, not many people out on the roads with her this morning.
And take a look. We got this video from the Fox 23 Skyview network. This is over at the airport, Tulsa International. You could really see some of the snow coming down there this morning, and there's a bunch of flight cancellations at that airport. At last check, 6 flights were canceled. 2 of them were delayed. You'll want to be sure to check your airline if you are traveling today.
Also checking on churches around Tulsa this morning to see who's still having services. Let's check in now with Fox 23's Rick Marinon. Rick, where are you?
Yeah, California has Baywatch here in Tulsa this morning. We have Church Watch, and we are headed down to the Cathedral District. Take a look. These are the roads. Now, this is the exception, what you're seeing here on the streets as we get up to the Presbyterian Church here. Obviously, you have Boston Avenue United Methodist right in front of us, but this is the exception. Downtown has a lot of treatment on the roads that has actually melted things, and but actually the further out you get, especially on the IDL, it doesn't look like this. So we will be driving through as soon as this light turns green. Looks like about 7 seconds on the pedestrian map, and you'll see it will get worse. But what we've seen is if you are planning on getting out, you are going to be carving your own trail with your car, and in some cases you cannot determine which lane is which. Now, as we get out from the buildings, you start to see more of what we're talking about. And what's weird about these little transitional areas here where there is more snow is these are actually slicker than if you were to drive on the snow itself. But so far we have not heard of any cancellations with the churches inside the IDL, but I can tell you driving on the IDL itself is actually quite slick. I can tell you driving into work, the slick streets indicator on my car was just going absolutely nuts. And what's interesting about here in downtown is some of these buildings are acting like a wind tunnel almost, and so snow is still in the air even though we're not sure that it's necessarily coming from the sky. And so but it still looks like it's snowing down here. But obviously you can see the pre-treatment where it's been, and also where they still have work to do. But also look at the thinness on this road. They can't exactly put the plow down and get this thin amount, otherwise they're going to start tearing up the roads. This is more of an indication of what the streets of Tulsa look like. In front of you now is what we're driving on right now. But this is what we've seen. We are continuing to track church closings. We'll be headed to some of the big churches around town to show you what the parking lots and things look like. And we'll have an update for you in about 30 minutes. Live in the traffic, covering news that matters. I'm Rick Marinon, Fox 23 News.
The most activity this morning is in the Fox 23 Severe Weather Center, where we're tracking this fast-moving storm, plus some of the colder weather behind it.
Yeah, no Baywatch going on over there either. That's meteorologist James Adelot is in this element right now. James, bring us up to date.
Well, the good news is the snow moving out and conditions will just improve as far as travel goes, as we've seen with the brine and the salt and sand on the roads and some traffic action too. But the worsen as far as comfort goes. Temperatures dropping, wind chills dropping as well. And you can see on this view, the American flag stretched out there, traffic moving along pretty well on Memorial and on I-44 too. Now you can see the snow moving out, not completely gone, but we've also seen the big snowflakes transition into those much smaller little plates falling out of the sky. That's an indication that the deep moisture to generate snow is also moving to the east. We see that pretty well on Fox 23 Doppler radar. This continues to slide east. The accumulating snow moving out of eastern Oklahoma. It's almost made it to Highway 75, the back edge of that snow. Still getting steady snow. Grove, Little Kansas, back toward Cookson and Tahlequah, Muskogee, Sallisaw, Stillwell. We still have a little bit of wintry mix in parts of Latimer and LaFleur County. That's going to transition over into all snow as well. Temperatures are going to be a big deal for us very quickly. It's 25 in Tulsa, 22 in Bartlesville. You can see the freezing line kind of cuts through parts of Haskell and Latimer County right now. Factor in the wind, and the wind chill is very uncomfortable. 11 is what it feels like in town. 2 the wind chill, Independence and Coffeyville. Over the next few days, we'll continue to see wind chill be our primary weather hazard, and we'll deal with some slick roads today too. We are not going to see temperatures warm up to freezing or even close. We'll call it an extreme wind chill tomorrow because we'll be below 0 in the morning, and we'll still have cold wind chills to deal with on Tuesday as well. Here's a look at some of those wind chills as we break this down for you day by day. This is why this is our #1 impact with this entire system. Our coldest wind chill will be in the single digits today, but drop below 0 tomorrow morning. and not just a little bit below zero, close to 10 below zero with that coldest wind chill tomorrow. We'll be single digits to low end of the teens for Tuesday and Wednesday wind chills too. And your 5-day forecast looking past Sunday into that cold start Monday. 9 degrees is within reach of a record. I think the record is 6 or 7 tomorrow morning. We're probably going to keep that record in the books, but it's going to be close. Now 27 for the high Monday. At least Tuesday will be back above freezing, and then Wednesday, Thursday, a big warm up. In fact, many of us will be close to average finally by next Thursday, and we could end the work week with some showers and spring-like thunderstorms. Our Fox 23 severe weather team coverage will continue with a look at that 10-day forecast looking ahead to next weekend coming up in just a few minutes.
So if you're on the move today,